Mr. Mrvan, recognized for 1 minute, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Rogers and Ranking Member Meng, for the opportunity to speak on the fiscal year 26 of Commerce, Justice, Science Appropriations Bill. While the administration has taken an axe to federal programs that are essential to ensuring public safety, growing our economy, and maintaining our national security, our constituents, community organizations, government workers, and law enforcement alike have sounded the alarm. The majority will claim that massive cuts, including the elimination of government programs and reductions in force, will limit waste, fraud, and abuse. However, these actions have only proven to leave necessary services that people rely on hanging in the balance and disrupt the livelihoods of everyday Americans. I am not willing to accept this as a pathway to fulfilling the present needs of our communities. We must do all we can to protect law enforcement officers in the line of duty, which means providing local police departments with resources to protect themselves and our communities. Instead, this bill would decrease spending for the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Forces, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and eliminate grants for community violence intervention and prevention. I've been a staunch supporter of efforts to strengthen state and local police responses to crime, and I am deeply concerned these cuts, coupled with recent action taken by the Department of Justice to terminate over $800 million in grants dedicated to keeping our communities safer, will only exacerbate gaps in public safety. I joined this committee to work with my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to develop legislation that reflects the needs of our communities. This proposal is woefully inadequate. Simply put, we must fund departments, agencies, and programs to a capacity in which they are able to ensure the safety and security of everyone in the nation, regardless of their background, zip code, or economic status. Instead, the majority would rather cut STEM education and research, attack women's reproductive health care, and deny survivors the violence, the services they need to recover from partners and environments that threaten their safety. For example, in my district, 983 children, 161 survivors of domestic violence, 62 veterans, and 219 seniors are at risk of losing out their legal service as a result of this proposed program cuts. Additionally, this legislation weakens our economy by shifting costs on the households rather than protecting the vast majority of Americans who will receive no benefits from the tax incentives that were recently signed into law. Specifically, the proposal would gut the Economic Development Administration, which is integral in revitalization efforts in communities across Northwest Indiana. The bill also decreases funding for the International Trade Administration by $183 million. Maintaining a level playing field in global trade markets is reliant upon a well-funded ITA. Whether it be a teacher, a nurse, a steelworker in my district, my constituents are concerned about costs at the grocery store and lasting certainty in our markets. It is because of these reasons that I cannot support moving this legislation forward, and I urge my colleagues to join me in opposition. With that, I yield back.